That's okay. I'll see it afterwards. Was easy, Tyler. Kim is watching. Loading. Loading. All right. Okay. Yep. Right. Okay. I'm used to things being awkward. Typically more than a moment. Yep. They ain't good. So.
There
Yes.
we go. Now my mic's connected. Now we're good. Now we're vibing.
Hooray!
Hooray! I think I've heard you the whole time though, so that's good.
I think that's the first time you ever said something that nice to me.
At least they heard Dave's beautiful voice.
At least.
Da, 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 da. Oh yeah. Check, check, check.
Check, check.
Check,
Check,
check, check.
check.
That should be good. All right, Dave.
Episode 2. Ooh.
Why do you have balloons? Why do you have balloons? Oh man. All right, Dave. First segment we're going into. I'm throwing a curveball at you, but you're gonna freaking love this. Okay. So first thing we're going into. Hang on, I have to adjust our screens, obviously, real fast. But this is gonna be fun.
Full disclaimer, whenever Tyler says this is gonna be fun,
No, Dave's
I
gonna-
normally hate it.
You're gonna
I normally
absolutely
hate
love
it
this.
first, and then
You're
I'd
gonna
like it.
absolutely love this. What the hell was that?
I was playing with a little wood chip and then it just went flying on my hand.
They're close enough in size. All right. I need this. Capture this. There we go. All right, Dave.
All
I
right.
wish you could see my screen right now. First thing we're gonna do. So I'm throwing a curveball at Dave, and I have a random screen. Do you have your laptop? You're gonna need your laptop for this. I'm sorry.
I do not have my laptop with me. Are you really gonna make me get my
How
laptop?
far
No,
is
it's
it? How far is it?
all the way upstairs.
That's like a whole 14 steps you have to take. Go get your laptop. You're gonna need this. So let me tell you what we're gonna do first. I'll tell you what we're gonna do first. So, on the stream right now, you can't see any of this because you're hilarious. Unless you have a tablet or another phone or something. Anything around you? No? Jeez, what in the Stone Age is going on around here?
You should tell me this ahead of time.
You had your laptop last time. We oh my god. Anyway, so right now there's a big wheel with all the NFL teams listed on it. We're gonna spin the wheel, and you have to choose. It's gonna land on a team. So say it lands on, I don't know, the Giants, whatever. And then you have to select. You have to do basically a draft of players that ever played in the Giants. So you could be like, okay, you got to pick a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, tight end, and a defensive player.
You're right. I do love this.
I know. I thought you would.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So it's gonna spin, and when it lands, I could just tell you what it lands on, I guess, but
Yeah.
it'll spin. It'll land on a team, and then we'll have you go first too. So that's cool.
Okay.
All right. So quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and
And a
defensive
defensive
player.
player.
Yep. And it doesn't have to be active now. It could be of all time.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Drafting my best team. Okay, I got this. I got this.
You got this.
No problem.
You got this.
I hope the first one's Giants.
All right. Take a bite of my pizza for good luck.
Ooh.
Fred Barron makes good pizza. All right.
No, but okay.
Here we go. We're gonna spin that wheel.
All right. Tick, 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 tick.
All right. Cleveland Browns is your first pick.
It had to be a hard one at first.
Yo, I see. What's up, baby? Welcome.
Okay.
Cleveland Browns. You got to be fast. You can't like overthink this.
Okay.
Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, defensive player.
All right. Quarterback.
It doesn't have to be quarterback. You don't have to go in order. You don't have to go in order.
Well, I'm gonna go in order. Vinny Testaverde for quarterback.
For Cleveland Browns?
Yep. I mean, there's not a whole lot of good quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns. Running back. I'm gonna go Nick Chubb.
No. That's it. You only do one player right now. And now I go.
Oh, okay.
I spin, I go, and then you spin, new team, you go.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, so I get it. So I can only pick one position. Okay.
Yes.
Don't know why I picked Testaverde, but it's okay.
So no, go ahead. You can start. So we'll start over. You can pick whoever you'd like.
All right, Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb. I think that's a good pick. I was going to suggest that for you if you didn't do that already.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb.
Chubb.
Yeah. I sing. Yo, hell yeah. Z, what's up, baby? We got Z in chat. All right, so you pick Nick Chubb for your running back. Got it.
Okay.
I'm next. I've got Oakland Raiders. Ooh. Michael maybe I'll go Mack for defense.
Khalil Mack, I like that.
I might go Khalil Mack for defense.
I would have thought Charles Woodson.
Yeah, Charles Woodson. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for the help.
Got it. All right, no more help.
Charles
No more
Woodson.
help.
Charles Woodson for the Raiders is who I've got. All right, back to you. We're gonna spin it again.
Okay.
Jesus of Nazareth. Yo, what's up, Z? All right, this time you've selected the Atlanta Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons. Oof. I am going Michael Vick.
QB Michael Vick.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Michael Vick. Julio Jones would have been a good receiver, though.
It would have, but I think there's other good receivers around.
Yeah.
And tight end, I was thinking Tony Gonzalez.
Oh, you should have done Tony Gonzalez. He's not the best ever, but he's top 5, top 3. You should have done Tony Gonzalez, I think. I think you should have taken that tight end at that spot. I think you messed up a little bit there.
Oh, yeah, the tight
I don't think you're getting another good tight end
now. Shows what you know.
We'll see. All right, my turn. Let's see. It's spinning. Who's it landing on? Indianapolis Colts. I'm going Peyton Manning, quarterback.
Really? You're always a Luck fan.
I like Luck. Peyton Manning's better, though.
No, he was.
Yep. Which is all black. YouTube is not Z. Meet me on YouTube. Damn it. Which went black? Hang on. Shoot. Yep. Which went black? Well, too late. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube, guys. Sorry.
This is worse when the Giants got blacked out on cable.
Back on YouTube. Love it. All right, so I've got Peyton Manning and I've got Charles Woodson. You've got Nick Chubb at running back, and you selected Michael Vick. Okay. Your turn again.
Okay. Give me someone good.
Washington Redskins.
Not the worst, actually. Let's see. Defensive player. I'm going to go Darrell Green.
Darrell Green?
Yeah, one of the fastest men alive.
Oops, wrong thing.
I know you might have to look him up.
But... Z! We got... Whenever Z is in chat, Dave, I always do this for him. Z is in chat. Z, what's up, baby? How are you guys? Everyone's doing well. So you went with who, Dave, again?
Yeah, Darrell Green.
The hell is Darrell Green? I've already won. Darrell Green?
No, look up Darrell Green. He was a cornerback, fastest man alive.
Already won.
No, you didn't.
Already won.
No.
Here we go, my turn. The Los Angeles Rams. I'm going wide receiver, Cooper Kupp.
Oh, the Rams. I'm like, I heard Los Angeles. I just assumed Chargers for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got Peyton Manning, Cooper Kupp, and Charles Woodson.
Okay.
And then you've got Mike Vick, Nick Chubb, something green on defense.
Darrell Green.
Yeah. That's it so far, right?
Yep.
All right, spinning. Ooh, good one for you. Baltimore Ravens.
Oof. What do I have left? Tight end and wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Mark Andrews then.
Yep. I'll agree with that. Mark Andrews.
There's no other choice to make. I mean, I already used the defensive player. Otherwise, I would have picked Ray Lewis.
Yeah. All right, my turn.
Okay.
Spinning. Detroit Lions.
I'm thinking of something. Let's see if you can read my mind.
Sam Laporta, tight end. Wait, no. Do I have running back? I don't have running back. Yeah, I don't have running back yet, right?
A curse upon you and your house. Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't have running back, so obviously David Best.
Do you breathe air?
David Best.
Do you breathe No. Do you breathe air?
Yes.
Then you should have definitely gotten Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
What are you smoking right now? What are you smoking right now? Yeah. And is it good?
Barry Sanders. Let's go. All right, Barry Sanders at running back. I've got Peyton Manning at quarterback. I've got Cooper Kupp at wide receiver. And I've got at defense, I've got Charles Woodson. I am destroying your life right now.
I hope your fantasy team sucks this year
because you can't pick the obvious your life right now.
You can't pick the obvious choice at running back with the Lions. That's like forgetting your first name.
I forgot I didn't pick a running back yet. So, all right, your turn. Oh, so all you have left is what?
Sure.
Is wide receiver? Oh, yep. This is a good one for you. Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill. Next. See, that's how easy it was to pick Barry Sanders. That's how easy it was. Man, I got speed on my team. I got Tyreek Hill. I got Michael Vick.
You do have some speed.
I got Darrell Green. My God, I'm. Your team's gonna eat my team's dust.
No, Darrell Green and Tyreek Hill aren't on the field at the same time. My team will absolutely destroy you. I have potentially the best quarterback of all time and potentially the best running back of all time.
So you do admit he was the best quarterback of all time, not Brady.
I said potentially, as in like argument.
That's not how I heard it.
Top 3 quarterback easily, and a top 3 running back easily.
Darrell Green was faster than Barry Sanders.
Z, tell him I win. Tell him I win, Z. I sing my card. Tell him I win.
Any wide receiver you have.
Mm-hmm. I have one more spin. I don't have a tight end yet, right? That's all I'm missing. Yep, that's all I'm missing.
Yeah.
All right, so whoever... Come on, give me something good here. Oakland Raiders.
I was just going to say the Raiders. I
think I'm going to go Darren Waller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you can name a Raiders tight end, but yeah, you got Waller.
Okay. Waller. Yeah, I'll go Waller. Yeah, I beat you. I would safely say that I beat you.
Did not false. Can chat vote? I want chat to vote.
Well, let's go down the line. Who's the better QB, Peyton Manning or Michael Vick? Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Running back.
On what skills you're talking about?
I'm winning 1-0. Running back. Barry Sanders or who? Nick Chubb? Barry Sanders. I win. 2-0. Wide receiver. Who do you have?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp. That's a good debate. I would say that's a good debate.
I say Tyreek Hill.
I would say right now Tyreek Hill is a better wide receiver. I would say
Cooper Kupp is what? How many years in now?
I don't know. Well, he's a little injured lately. I'm just saying,
exactly.
Right? This past year, Tyreek was a better wide receiver. Yes. But again, we're not playing based off how they are right now.
Look.
They're prime. So I'm taking prime Tyreek versus prime Cooper Kupp. Prime Cooper Kupp's going to win.
If Tyreek Hill didn't get injured this year, he was going 2,000 yards easily, and that was like week 13. He was going to go 2,000 yards. He was on pace. That's like week 13.
What was it, 2021 Cooper Kupp?
It was close. Should have won the MVP, but no, they gave it to your beloved Rodgers.
All right. I would say we're almost a tie there, but I'll give you the point on that one. Tight end,
thank you.
I've got Waller, and you've got Mark Andrews. I'll give you Mark Andrews on that. Defense, you've got Green, and I've got Charles Woodson. I will take Charles Woodson as the better defensive player. Don't even debate me. You
don't even know who Darrell Green is.
Doesn't matter. Exactly. I don't know him enough to even, tell you anything about him.
Shows how much you know.
Doesn't matter. My team's better. All right.
Okay.
I win.
Rigged. I can see why you like Tom Brady now.
I win.
You just love cheaters.
I win. You lose. The flip phone. All right, let me read chat for a second. Zeepers Creepers, good. Still feeling like a celebrity Zeeper Creeper. I can't. What the name? What the hell? If Z. So there's two people in chat right now, Dave. One Z, Z-E-E, and the other one is Icing in my car. Both are longtime followers. Yeah, I just randomly played a game with one day.
Yeah.
On me, and then Icing is just. I think he was there when I was born. I don't know. He's just always been around. So.
Okay. I was on your first, if you remember.
That's true. You were on my first stream. Remember we got a dub the very first time?
That's right.
That was epic. I should go back and try and find that stream. Which NFL players swears the most? The offensive lineman. You trust me? I will. Oh, thanks, Ty. I remember forever. That's right. You better remember me forever. Ever. How I eat pizza while I stream.
I left my La Rosa upstairs. I should have brought it down, but
Okay.
I wasn't hungry, honestly. I'm still not that hungry.
Okay. I'm like a wart that won't go away. Exactly.
Ugh.
No matter how many times I nitrogen freeze you, you just keep coming back.
Nice.
Keep coming back. All right.
That was a good game.
I thought you would like that.
I think my teams were a little suspect compared to yours, but it's all right. I made up.
A little bit.
I made by winning.
All right, that leads us to our next subject, Dave.
Okay.
Let's talk about the helmets.
Helmets. Oh yeah.
Hang on one second. Hang on. I gotta frame you off a little bit.
You gotta frame me off. What are you hiding my face?
Yes.
You can't have my face.
I don't got no attention. You can hold me down. Put your loving on me, baby. Oh, nope. Grab something. I didn't mean to.
Tyler Humphries.
Oh my gosh.
What are you grabbing?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
We just went up from PG to 13. Oh boy.
Want to know, baby. Don't want to know. All right, on to the next subject. We're now going to talk about, or Dave, what are your thoughts on? What's your thoughts on the helmets? Yeah.
On the helmets. So, not a fan, but not the worst thing the NFL decided to do this year. I mean, it is player optional. I don't see a whole lot of players right now really wearing them. Like, I think the only players who probably are necessary to wear are your offensive linemen. But outside of that, I don't see any big name wide receivers wearing them. I don't see any big name running backs wearing them. Like no one in the skill positions. I think whoever wears it is going to be like in the trenches where you're not really going to see a whole lot. And still then it's like player choice. Like if there's it's not like mandatory. And in the end, I mean, it probably is the best decision just because it does cut down on concussions a lot. They did studies in training camp where it did cut down the amount. But, yeah, I don't see it take off right away. But I think at some point you'll see it. But not the stupidest thing the NFL's done. I think the tackling rule and the kickoff rule, a lot worse.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to see a lot of broken tackles this year.
Yeah, so that's it. So players are going to be, I have the image shown on stream right now. Players are going to be can wear that during the game if they want to. Obviously, if someone probably just came off of a concussion protocol and is now playing, they would probably highly suggest that players wears something like this.
Yeah.
However, if they're clear to play, they're clear to play. My point of view, though, on this is that when do you draw the line? When do you draw the line before it's flag football? Where are we going to stop this? When do we stop that? As far as like this new tackle rule that just happened. You can't do the, what do they call it, like the drag tackle or something like that, right?
Yeah, the hip drop tackle, which is basically how they taught them to tackle after they banned the last way to tackle.
Yeah.
Where you couldn't attack the legs anymore when you tackle.
Yeah, you couldn't attack the legs. You can't drop the hips. So it's becoming, obviously, the NFL wants to make it a more offensive game because big plays on offense are what exciting and trends. So they do like that, but at the same time, it's like, where do you draw the line? This is a contact sport. These guys grew up knowing this is a contact sport. I think this is a little bit past the line now. I don't mind a couple changes to make tackling a little bit nicer.
No, see, the tackling was where you get me. These guys are trained to bring each other down.
Yeah.
Players are getting faster, which I get. But at the same time, this is their skill set. They should know how to tackle each other effectively. If you're just going to like limit how they're going to tackle, they're just going to find another way to do it, and it's probably going to cause another problem. Like, let's put it this way. LT, think of the way that he would tackle players. Some of it, yeah, it was a little rough. But at the same time, if you don't tackle, let's just say, who was a big running back then? Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker, yeah.
No, I'm like talking about that area. If you don't tackle Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, any other big running backs at that point who were like big beefy guys, like they're just gonna go ahead and score. So it's like you have to adapt of how you're tackling these players, but at the same time, it's like that's what you're paid to do. Why are you going to? No, they should figure out a way how to tackle better.
Yeah. It's a contact sport, though, is my point. It's a contact sport. When do you draw the line? When does it become? It will evolve if we keep at this pace. It'll evolve into flag football. Like, when they get tackled, they get hurt actually, and they get bruised ribs. Yeah, they know that. They've grown up playing this, which is also a little bit of a part I don't like. Is like these guys grow up training how to tackle for years. All throughout their high school careers usually, throughout their college football careers usually. And then they come into the NFL and now they're starting to change these rules. And it's like, we talk about Dave and I do karate together. There's this thing called Mushin where it's like they have to now interrupt some of that natural instinct that they've built to be like, and there's this sense of hesitation now, like, oh, did I do it right? Did I do it wrong? Or they're going to do the wrong play at the wrong moment and be like shamed on it. Like, oh, he did the hip drop tackle. What was he thinking? He wasn't. He was naturally reacting. His body was reacting how it's been trained for years to naturally attack like that. So when it comes to the tackling and this helmet thing, I just like, when is it too much? When do they draw the line? It's a contact sport. It's like going into an MMA match and being like, okay, you can't throw any punches. You can't throw any punches. This is an MMA match because people are getting hurt from that. So we need to stop that. People are getting concussions from your hits. So now it's just a jiu-jitsu match. Now it's just jiu-jitsu. So when do you draw the line?
I actually like to share a story with you. So I went to this local karate tournament where it's like outside of federation. So like we're kind of like we're foreigners to this group of schools that are doing this tournament. Mainly Taekwondo. So that means like, a lot of kicks, not a whole lot of punching. But here's the thing. There's rules for no head contact to the face. So you go there and kid throws a perfect punch, I think pretty good control right to the person's face. Person gets, caught in the nose a little bit, like a little love tap. They get like a warning. Meanwhile, after that, the other kid, slams the kick onto the kid's head, and no one says shit about it. So I'm like, oh, so it's safer to kick to the head, like 100 miles per hour, but where we draw the line is we can't like do love taps on the face with a punch, with boxing gloves on, no less. Not a whole lot of foot pads So like, you're right. Like people do get particular what they find acceptable. Because I guarantee you, if what was it? If LT were to come into the league, like one of the probably the greatest defensive player of all time to play the game, he'd be banned in today's NFL. He'd be an outright criminal.
Well, yeah, with the way he played, yeah.
And you just took away someone who enhanced the sport, probably like at its like peak. I would say, right when the NFL was peaking in viewership, like right before it went to this golden age, he defined it like he was the face of a game, like the one side of the ball, and now you just took it away.
Yep.
It's like, what are you gonna do? It's like you're now taking people's abilities that got them to this point. Now you're just stripping it.
Yeah.
And they're basically an empty shell.
Yep. I think it's stupid.
Oh my god!
It's just one thing after another. It's again
and the freaking kickoff rule. The players can't move until the other team touches the ball.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, we made this rule to like encourage kickoffs again. Well, then stop kicking into the end zone. Go back to where the original line was.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna turn the ball that way. Yeah, were there concussions? Yes.
but people were getting hurt. It's a contact sport. Like, I don't know. It's just like.
But were teams leading with their head to tackle? Yes.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, yes, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like.
Listen,
this is just another layer. This is a layer that's being introduced right now. That's just going to introduce a next layer of security. That's going to be too much. It's going to be like, oh, well, you can't run at a certain speed. If players run too fast and hit them, causes severe damage. It's gonna be like players trying not to run too fast type things like might start happening. I don't know how you would control that, but where do you draw a line? Where do you draw a line on this crap?
If you take a helmets away, players will act probably more safe because they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
You gave them like all these. You basically gave them these rocks on their heads to one, protect them, but two, they use those things as weapons. Like, if you're going to stop Derrick Henry, it's not going to be like hugging him and gently bring him to the floor. Like, either you like meet him with a battering ram, or you might as well just let him run by.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're behind Derrick Henry or like a Brandon Jacobs, he's going to run right through your little hand trying to trip him. You can't do a trip. You've got to do the hip drop. So now it's going to be.
Everyone got good at tripping, so I like Henry better.
What might be funny though is right now the value of a running back is very far down, but this might make the running back position, something.
You're gonna see a record number of broken tackles this year.
Yeah, this might make the running back position come back to life. Maybe this year I would not. If I'm a running back, maybe this year I'm waiting for this year to end, where I ask for like a nice big contract.
No touchy, please.
Yeah, no touchy.
That's what I love. These skill positions, like wide receivers, I think they're given a little more leeway than they should be.
Yeah.
But running backs, quarterbacks have been the most coddled position in football over the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Like they are the most coddled. And
now
running
it's like
back
team. Now it's like the whole team's coddled.
No one cares about running backs. That's why the running back usage went down. Like the NFL doesn't care about running backs.
No.
They really don't. They're like, yeah, you can kick the shit out of a running back.
Yeah.
They have the shortest careers of any offensive position or a skill position. And go for it. But no touch. You can't touch quarterbacks. Oh my God. If someone sacks Aaron Rodgers, that person's going to jail. Mm-hmm. That's assault.
Icing, what was your favorite? Who's your favorite team? I know you're not the biggest football fan, but who is your favorite team? And then Z, who are your guys' favorite football teams if you did have to play? Who would they be? Dave, my post from earlier this week did not bad. I got like 300 views on it.
Okay.
Was complaining, and some guy was like, "No." It was starting to get a little conversational, which was good. Some guy was like, "No, Babers was a really good pick," and I'm like, "No, that's not."
So here's where I land, because Was it a bad pick?
No, he's a good player.
No.
He is a very
Yeah,
good player. Like I said,
he's
we
very-
bought really nice tires for a car that we don't own yet.
Exactly. Look, had we had a quarterback, I would have been jumping. Yes, finally a number one receiver, but he's too much like Odell. And at least Eli can throw the freaking ball downfield. Right, at least he can throw the ball. At least he can throw the ball. Daniel Jones, I'm not sure if he can make those plays.
Z, you're not sure what your favorite team is?
Let me pick for you. Giants.
Icing said since I'm South Carolina, I'd have to go with my Panthers. Okay.
Poor guy.
Horrible right now, but okay.
a team that is just so low right now. Okay, I have a good question for you, Tyler. I just thought about this. I was thinking about it earlier, but I just thought about it again. Now that he said Panthers.
Z said sure he's going to be a Giants fan from now on. Z,
Good.
New York Giants.
Welcome to the club. Let me bless you with the tears of the past 3 drafts.
Oh, to bring it down a little bit, you think, right?
All right. So, Tyler.
Yeah.
What is that one team that, up to your point in your life, not like, prior, like in overall, just in your lifetime, what is the one team or a few teams, let's say top 3 teams, that you always just kind of either underestimated or just shit on? Like, never had any respect for them growing up.
Never had any respect for them?
Yes. Like, top 3
Eagles.
team.
Oh, the Eagles.
Okay.
And that's it.
Look, you know me. I will shit on the Eagles all day, but I'm like, if you're saying what team do you think was so bad that you just gave no respect whatsoever?
So bad I gave no respect whatsoever. The Browns.
Okay, yeah. So that is changing for me. Past couple years, that's changed for me.
No, they still suck. The Browns stuck in the matter of they always make deals with the Devils. Like, oh, someone has a criminal charge. Sure, Kareem Hunt. Sure, Deshaun Watson.
Five quarterbacks, and they still got a winning record into the playoffs. I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
but go ahead. This is.
I would still say the Browns though. Overall, you gotta say the Browns. Just a little bit of no respect for.
Yeah.
The other like bad teams I like overall through the years that have been bad, I like though. Like for instance, the Chargers. I like the Chargers a lot.
Yeah,
but they're bad.
I mean, down years like early on, like when I was a kid, they had a lot of winning seasons with Danny Tomlinson, Philip Rivers, those guys.
The
but
Gamecocks.
for me though, it'd have to be the Redskins. Like Redskins are
I'd agree with that too.
Redskins are in a special pile of shit all by themselves.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Like
and they always have that one random year where they win our division barely and then just get screwed over in the playoffs instantly. They always do that.
If the Redskins ever beat the Giants more than once, which I don't think has happened in like over 30 years, that would be a all-time low for me. I'm sorry to say I'm used to the Eagles and Cowboys sweeping us, but you almost expect that half the time. If we got swept by the Redskins or even lost a game to the Redskins, I'd be like, wow, that's a low moment. Personally.
Yeah.
Browns up there too. But I think if like the most consistent through all the years I've been watching football, it's definitely been the Redskins.
Get Browns in your pants on a daily basis. Might need to seize a doctor. Titans are whack. I just don't like the name. Really? The Titans? I've always kind of liked the Titans.
There are years I like them, there are years I don't.
They've always been. Yeah, there's been years I don't, and there's been years that I do like them.
Yeah.
I've always kind of liked. Yeah. So who's like your other teams that you enjoy though, Dave? Mine is Giants, Bengals, the two obvious. I guess I'll go with the local team I do enjoy is the Buccaneers. Miami. And then another 5. Yeah. Miami, Buccaneers, Bengals, Giants. Those are definitely my top 4 for sure. My fifth kind of fluctuates. Some years, like I said, I really like the Chargers. I don't know why.
Sure. Yeah.
This past year, I feel like everyone was on this bandwagon though. This past year, the Lions.
Yeah.
It was hard not to root for the Lions and Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
My fifth kind of always fluctuates. I guess I would say the Lions for now.
Mm-hmm.
Also I really enjoy watching is the Texans.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. So for me, Giants, obviously.
Kansas City, I swear, I will come through this screen.
The
I
Chiefs,
will come through this screen.
Shut up. The Chiefs have my number 2. Though it used to be the Steelers. So the Steelers are still like Steelers are number 3. But in recent years, I don't know. Another team that I actually do like that, if honestly, based on fan base alone, I'd probably be like a Vikings fan. I like watching the Vikings a lot.
They're okay.
They got good offense. They always have like the best receivers.
Yeah.
And then
you got Giants number 1. Who's your number 2?
Chiefs.
Giants, Chiefs.
Steelers. And then Vikings. Then I would say Niners. I'm a huge NFC fan.
Vikings, Niners. Okay.
Yeah.
Rams I always kind of like too. Kind of like the Rams.
Yeah. Hey, I got to step away from it. I'm going to take a quick break.
You get your La Rosa?
Yeah.
Go get it, buddy. I don't like those things hold me down. I just thought the name was dumb. Titans, yeah, a little bit. I feel like the Giants name is kind of dumb too, though. Not gonna lie. Like that is kind of dumb. If you're over on Twitch, I know it is down, not working properly for me. So if it's a black screen, hop on over to YouTube. I'll probably just keep doing this through YouTube from now on. I'll be honest with you guys. I've been debating. What do you think? I don't know. Where should I put the NFL podcast? Not my gaming stuff. I think I'm gonna put this on my YouTube channel. I think that's the plan. I need to run. My friend is picking me up to see the Fall Guy. It looks hilarious. That does look pretty funny with Ryan Gosling, right? That does look pretty good. I'd have to check that out. Later, after I'm done hanging out with Dave about this, doing this podcast, I will probably stream as well. Stream some rounds. I don't know. We'll see. Depending on who's around, might do Fortnite, might do Call of Duty. Kind of depends who's around, I guess. Like football podcast, YouTube definitely. Guys, I need you. I'm trying to think of a name too. Yeah, we're just kind of throwing this together. We're gonna really try and kick it off once the season starts. Gaming, I'd multi-stream. Yeah, so gaming, like for instance, I didn't try to push this out to Kick. I have like no following on Kick. The only following I have is Z and Icing in my car, and that's it. Just YouTube. That's all I need. All I need. Yeah, my Kick platform is hurting. So, but streaming wise, gaming streaming wise, I'm going to be pushing out to Twitch. I apologize for my identity crisis. of my gaming channel and all this stuff, all my content. I've been trying to organize it lately. I think I'm going to truly dedicate my YouTube channel to NFL podcasts. I have plans. Brian G. I'll catch you after the movie. Hell yeah, man. I might still be on, so. Yeah. Hop into chat. What about the other people I do? What about the other people? I do see other people commenting sometimes. Where? On Kick? I think that was a bot. I saw that the other day. It was like, hey man, just followed. And there was like a smiley face. It might have been a bot. I don't know. NFL, just the tip. I like it.
He's back.
Hey, he's back. We were going over. I was talking with Icing and Z. I was like, we don't have a name yet for this, Dave. Icing was suggesting NFL, just the tip.
I like it.
I'm kind of about it. Just the tip. Just the tip NFL podcast.
NFL, no fucking lie.
My parents will be like, what the hell are you doing? Hey mom, go tell all your friends to pop into my horrible.
Everybody likes the tip.
Hey guys, make sure to like Just the Tip. Just like and subscribe to Just the Tip.
Yeah. That's great.
Call it Just the Tip. Like top of the iceberg, okay. Kim goes, I hate it. It doesn't even make any sense. It's like not really referencing the football at all, too.
Tim, you need or Kim. I just called Kim Tim. Sorry.
She didn't hear you. It's okay.
Okay.
What are you gonna ask though?
I don't know. What was I gonna ask?
I don't know.
All right. So.
Yeah, we need a name.
You need a name?
Yeah.
Sliced bread. Because we're the best things.
Skid Marks. Skid Marks podcast.
I don't know, Tyler. I'm not good at. Actually, I'm great at names, but not right now.
Tip of the iceberg. Let's dive into the depths of your weekly NFL podcast. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I'll have
deep.
to ask ChatGPT. We'll ask ChatGPT like, give me 10. Screw it. I'll do it right now.
Yeah. Like a good neighbor, trying to suck at drafting.
Yes. All right, we're gonna ask ChatGPT, what is good name? It makes sense with the tagline. It does a little bit. All right, let's see here. Give me 10 names for an NFL podcast hosted by hosted by one idiot and a smart guy.
Tyler, why'd you call yourself an idiot?
All right, 10 names for an NFL podcast. Here we go. What's that? Yeah, the NFL. Football.
That football. Yeah.
No, just overall. We'll also do fantasy.
Fantasy, football,
Sideline
fantasy.
scoop, huddle highlights, end zone express, NFL insider insight,
That's already been used.
Gridiron Gazette, red zone rundown, touchdown talk. I'll put again, but funnier option. Absolutely, let's bring on the humor. Okay. Quarterback quirks and chicken wings. Tackles and tacos. Gronk out show. What the hell? Sack attack. Attack a sack. Dave, don't you attack a sack. Punt, pass, and puppies. What the heck?
What the hell?
Hail Mary, hot takes, fumbles and funnies. That's for 10 more. All right. Tight ends and tenders.
I like it.
Why does it keep referencing chicken? It must know you're eating La Rosa chicken, Dave.
It knows
I'll
things.
call it
AI.
Tyler and the tight end. Talk about you. Two guys, one
fumble.
podcast.
Ray, I got one. Butt fumbles and butt cheeks.
Butt fumble. I feel like butt fumble podcast is already a thing.
Probably.
Attack of the sack is back. Sack attack.
Hmm.
The other thing I noticed too, but I'm sure it's taken, is
In your wildest fantasy.
TD podcast. Tyler and Dave.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's taken though.
That's too.
Yeah. The tight ends.
Getting real with orange. Monster reels. Orange monster reels. I don't know.
All right, let me rephrase it now this time. Let's say, all right, 10 podcast names for
I got one.
NFL
No
podcast that also covers fantasy football. Oh, it kind of work. Yeah, I kind of like it. I just thought of one off the top of my head. Fantasy sacks.
Oh, that's good. No safeties allowed.
Kim was like, "That is horrible." Sacks and safeties.
Just be careful what people search when you try to find that. You're gonna get.
I don't know. I'm just having fun right now.
I think we should table it.
The fantasy end zone.
Oh,
What?
table wreckers, Buffalo Bills.
Hmm.
Table diving. I don't know.
Sacks and snacks. That's not bad.
I like sacks and snacks.
Sacks and snacks. It's catchy. I kind of like that when
Yeah.
I sing.
Yeah. Or it should be snacks and sacks.
Snacks and sacks.
Kind of flows better that way.
Snack on sacks.
No,
No one asks you, Kim.
Kim's like, no. She doesn't like any of them.
nothing that refers when you look it up is gonna bring up. Like, the whole point is finding.
True.
I mean, people can find me wherever they go. You see Coca-Cola? I'll be there. See some bald guy in the street with glasses? I'll be there.
I'll be there. The fantasy huddle. That's got to be taken.
Yeah, it definitely is.
There's got to be someone out there with the fantasy huddle.
If only we did on a boat, it would be goats and boats.
Huddle and cuddle.
Harry,
Pig-
you're not cuddling with anyone.
Pig skins and sacks.
Oh yeah, Kim? Oh yeah? Challenge accepted.
Can't hear you. Dave's like, oh yeah, challenge accepted.
Except you, Dave. Dave gets a.
Yep. All right, you can look at my butt.
Okay.
He goes, okay.
You just have to take things too far, don't you?
The fantasy huddle I like in a legit way, right?
That works. The team seems kind of generic. I feel like that could have been like a name for something that I've seen before, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it might be taken.
Probably. I feel like it is.
Yeah.
The talk touchdown. Touchdown talk. I'm trying to think of like what's like a unique thing to football. That's like not necessarily a traditional word like touchdown. What's a word that is something like slang. Like what's a football slang word? Any slang that we have?
Mash mouth.
Hip tackle.
Hip tackle, yeah. There's lateral. There's pitch.
Wildcat, right?
Yeah, wildcat is good. Wildcat wackos. Oh,
Wildcat. Troy Bolton.
wow. This is about football, man. Not some.
Cosmetology pigskin.
What was that?
Cosmetology pigskin. Too much.
Okay, we have to move on after that. I can't.
Snacks and what was that one? It was a Stacks and Snacks.
Yeah,
That
snacks and
one's
snacks.
I kind of like that one. I like that it's simple to spell, so simple to search, and it's
Google it.
I
Yeah, nothing says a great podcast like the abbreviation SS.
Snacks and Sacks. But yeah, if I Google it, I feel like something sus might pop up though. Dave, is that you? I know that Coca-Cola bottle.
All right, you know what? Maybe if we continue, we'll find something that'll come, it'll come to mind.
Yeah. All right, we won't stress it too much right now.
All right, so because it was draft and the draft is now over, who are your top 5 number 1 draft picks of all time?
Gotcha. Hang on, let me. All right, of all time.
Well, fine. We'll go in the Super Bowl era.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Well, some players I just don't know what pick was. All right.
Oh.
Number 1,
See,
obviously Marcus Mariota.
I did my homework ahead of time, actually.
Yeah.
So a list.
Top
I actually
5 draft picks of all time. I've got this.
number 1 draft picks.
Number 1 draft picks. Yeah.
Okay. How to go number 1 overall?
You go first.
Okay. My top 5. Number 1, Peyton Manning. Number 2, Terry Bradshaw.
2?
4.
2?
2.
Terry is a little overrated in my opinion. Terry's good. Don't get me wrong. Terry is very good. I would say he's not a top 20 quarterback though. Of all time.
Of all time, it'd be close. I think he might.
His
Towards the
stats. I
bottom
looked
of
at
the
his stats not too long ago. I don't think he's that impressive. I mean, he's good, but not like.
Early on in the career, he had like a lot of hiccups, but like honestly, like he was really good at managing the game early on, and like towards the end of his time with the Steelers, like he was passing a lot. Like a lot of his like best games come from like the 78 onto his like retirement.
Right.
So I mean, I picked him just because he obviously turned around a franchise that was like the trash heap.
Right.
Like he was a very defining draft pick. He won 4 Super Bowls. So I mean, he's good at something. So I mean, Peyton Manning, I just number 1 because he like obliterated every single passing record, after Dan Marino. So it's hard not to say him number 1. Number 2 is definitely Terry, I think. 3 is Troy Aikman. Kind of for a similar reason. Like he kind of helped rebuild a franchise that was like down in the dumps. Won 3 Super Bowls with the team.
Troy Aikman. You're saying Troy Aikman is number 3 for you?
Yeah.
Troy Aikman, and again, is also kind of overrated in my opinion. I just saw a post recently that was comparing his stats to Russell Wilson's, and Russell Wilson literally beats him in like every single category. Record passing yards, touchdowns, and even games played. Like Russell Wilson only has like a few more games played than Troy Aikman right now, and his stats are way better. It's kind of crazy actually.
Again, like I'm picking a lot of just because like I'm thinking about like what they did for the team. Like obviously, I'm not going to pick someone like Matthew Stafford because he did a little to impact the Lions, but he didn't change the team all that much. These picks like actually like revamp their teams, like or change their teams for like the better.
Yeah.
And obviously, winning championships is a plus. Like, you know, second I would put, or fourth I would say John Elway because again, very long career with the Broncos, like 14 years. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
14 years in the Broncos. Set a record for fourth quarter comebacks. Won 2 Super Bowls. And he always did really well on a team that was not built to win. Like it wasn't until like the 90s, like mid to late 90s, that they actually had a team that could like actually win a Super Bowl. Like I guess mid to late 80s, but they were like a half team.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say him, just because again he made the Broncos relevant for like 2 whole decades.
Yeah.
And then fifth, I would go Eli Manning.
Yeah. Yo, Fish and Burrito, what's up, baby? Fish and Burrito, my Twitch is not working. Thank you for coming over. You would go fifth, Eli Manning. Okay.
Fifth, Eli Manning.
I like it.
2 Super Bowls, like
2 Super Bowls.
never ever injured.
Yeah.
And he, although the Giants weren't great every single year he was the quarterback, they at least weren't god awful. Like he kept us competitive most of the time.
Right.
And very few quarterbacks are better in the playoffs.
Right. All right.
So yeah, those are my
one. You had Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Okay. 1 was Peyton Manning, and then 2 for you was Terry Bradshaw.
Yep.
Can't believe you had Terry Bradshaw in there.
Again, overall picks, so it's not like if you look at it, there's a lot of busts and especially in like the in the single digit 2000s, there's a lot of busts. Like in the 90s, like oh my god,
oh yeah, there is
still freaking busts during that time period. So there's not a whole lot to choose from. But yeah, so Terry Bradshaw was 2, Troy Aikman number 3, John Elway number 4, and then Eli Manning number 5.
Yeah. Okay.
So actually, I might have to rule out John Elway. Maybe even Eli too, because you can, I guess, make the argument that they weren't drafted by the team they played for.
No. They were the number one. They were the number 1 player taken. They got it. Yeah, they're good.
But did they actually help their team that they were picked by?
Yeah, but it's not about how they helped the team they were picked by. Some of these guys didn't do better until later on different teams. So that doesn't matter. As long as they were the number 1, they were the number 1 player that was picked out of their draft. Doesn't really matter how the pick happened. I think you're fine. Number 1, I agree with you. I'm going to go with Peyton Manning. Yeah, I think that one's kind of a no-brainer. Number 2, I think I'm going to go John Elway.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going John Elway at number 2. Just because, him in the 90s with the Broncos he was a beast. They won twice, I think? Or how many times did they win?
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. Like, he really did incredible. So that was impressive. So, 1, Peyton Manning. 2, John Elway. 3, I might throw a curveball at you for 3.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Okay.
Bo Jackson.
So he's an honorable mention for me.
Yeah.
I would say Bo. Probably one of the greatest athletes ever to be drafted.
Yeah.
But a short career, so I don't think he was.
True, yeah.
I don't think he did enough to earn a spot.
Yeah. So again, I don't know if it's like, are we doing this based off of like who was the greatest number one picks? I would say Bo Jackson, but then I would also throw in Andrew Luck to this list.
I think if we're talking about like, where'd you go?
I got it. Hang on, I'm still here. My camera just froze.
I think if we're talking about like the best talent wise, yeah, you can definitely put in Bo Jackson. But I think like the greatest to play that were the number one overall pick, I think that's what I'm leaning towards. But obviously, number one draft picks.
You can still hear me, right?
Yep. Technical difficulty.
Why do you not want to work? Please tell me why.
Tell me why ain't nothing but
a.
Tell me why
Ain't nothing but a.
Tell me why I never want to hear you say.
Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry to everyone out there. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, you can't expect to throw along like "Tell me why," then you say nothing.
Fish and burrito, I'm so sorry. What is happening right now? Why is this not working? Do.
Made just saying "Tell me why" and then doing that.
Tell me why. I love technology. Technology loves me. This is annoying.
What do you got for me, Tyler? Tyler,
can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, hang on. This is not working. Start a podcast, they said. It'd be fun, they said. Everything will work perfectly fine, they said.
What can go wrong, they said. Are you still on YouTube, or did that get cut off too?
No, I think it's working. I think it's my camera just didn't do the right thing. Come on. Work.
Come
on. I bet you my camera overheated.
Come on.
Oh, I saw you blink. I'm back to this stupid view. Whatever, I'll deal with it.
Okay.
Where were we? Yeah, I was about to win again.
Your top picks, number one picks. I believe you said we said number 2 was John Elway. Number 3 we were kind of debating a little bit. You said Bo Jackson, like, he really didn't have that long of a career to really.
Yeah, so I gave you that. I get that. All right. 1, Peyton Manning. 2, John Elway.
Okay.
3. See, some of these people I want to pick now, like Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I would say Joe Burrow will be on there in a couple years if everything.
Joe Burrow will be on there. I feel like so.
Yeah. For sure.
But then it's like, if you say Joe Burrow, do you say Matthew Stafford? Stafford has a Super Bowl.
He has a Super Bowl, but he really has never really stood among our top the rest of the league.
Yeah, he's always been like a top 10
Hey.
quarterback.
Can you ever pick a year where he was like actually the number one quarterback in the league?
Yeah.
And I will say this, like even like the year he was played really well, like the past couple of seasons with the Rams, the NFC's been pretty trash as far as quarterbacks are concerned.
Who would you say is a better quarterback, Matthew Stafford or Carson Palmer?
That's a tough one. They're kind of even
Carson
in my.
Palmer was a savage in college.
He was in college,
Savage.
but again,
But then they both had kind of the same thing, in my opinion. Carson Palmer was put on a horrible team and couldn't get out and missed his prime on a bad team, kind of like Matthew Stafford. I feel like they both kind of had the same thing. Fantastic quarterbacks who were put on teams they just couldn't. It was elements outside of the control of the quarterback was affecting both those teams.
So Carson Palmer's picked number one overall. Where do you put him then on that list? Top 5? Top 10?
Carson Palmer's top 10, number one pick, I would say. But I got one for you. Ready? Peyton Manning. We got John Elway. All right. Number 3, I'm going to go with. Oh, man. It's like if I were to ask you, who is a better quarterback, right? Who is a better quarterback, Andrew Luck or Eli Manning? Andrew Luck is a better quarterback, and I'm a Giants fan.
Andrew Luck is a better quarterback talent-wise, but again, incomplete career.
Exactly.
Career is cut way too short.
I'm going based off resume. I'm number 3. I'm going Eli Manning, I think.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go Eli Manning. Yeah. All right.
All right.
But here's the number 4, and I'm surprised you didn't say this one. I'm going to say Mike Vick.
He's number 7 for me.
Number 7? Okay.
Just because, again, a short career, like, redefine the quarterback position. Absolute athletic, like, beast, but
yeah,
no real no championships. He falls on number 7 on my top 10.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny is I always forget Marcus Mariota wasn't number 1. Jimmy Swenson was.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Again, not a great year of quarterbacks that year.
No, but that Mariota was so hyped. So hyped.
Yeah. Those two guys, really good college, but never translated into the NFL. All right, we're at 3, Tyler. We're at 3. No, I'm sorry, 4. You said.
Yeah, I got one more. Elway, I did. I got Troy Aikman.
Yeah, I hate that the top 5 are all quarterbacks because I don't think it always has to be a quarterback.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at. Like, I'm like, what about Bo Jackson? Yeah. Or what about O.J. Simpson? No.
Yeah. OJ is good. Hey, I mean, OJ is still considered one of the great players.
There's also Clowney. Clowney's good. I don't know. He's top 5 though.
Above Jade, after number 5, I have Bruce Smith, the defensive end for the Bills.
Yeah.
Because he was their defense. Like during that team in the 90s, which Bills were obviously lost every Super Bowl they played in, but I mean they were still a very, very good team in scoring and even defense. Like he was a sack leader. It was always him or Taylor, like back to back every year. Kind of what Bosa and TJ Watt are right now.
Number 5, I want to say Joe Burrow. Like I really do. He's already been to a Super Bowl. He's already thrown up amazing numbers. And I'm looking at the list and I'm like, I can't.
But I don't think he's peaked yet though. He's definitely a.
Well, let me put it this way. I'm looking at this list, and if you were to, let's say all these guys were fresh coming out of college right now, and I'm looking at like the entire list of number 1 picks, right? And if
Joe Burrow definitely has the best pedigree I think,
Well,
out of
that's what I'm saying. Like,
everyone after Peyton Manning.
yeah, if I were
Yeah.
to pick these guys, and this is the draft, like, I'm an NFL team. This is the draft, and these are the players part of this draft right now. Top 5. I'm picking Joe Burrow is definitely going to be one of the top 5 picks. You know, that's my problem. Also, though, you would argue Andrew Luck, but again, he ended his career early.
Not as good college career as Joe Burrow, though. Joe Burrow had one of the best college careers.
That's what I'm saying too. Joe Burrow, you take Joe Burrow.
Single-
You would also
single
take Cam Newton, I think.
Out of Heisman Trophy winners, Joe Burrow had a historic, season.
Yeah.
Like-
Alex Smith was #1 pick overall.
Yeah, he got picked over Aaron Rodgers.
Wild.
Yeah, Yeah, so
Eli Manning.
What was that?
Yeah, easy #1 is obviously Peyton Manning.
Where'd I go?
Back. I miss you. Back. I need to see your beautiful face.
Okay.
Yeah, #1 pick easily Peyton Manning. But yeah, if I'm looking at this like that, like based off of, you know what else is really funny that I'm noticing?
Ew.
The Cincinnati
What?
Bengals have a lot of #1 picks.
Oh yeah, no.
Them and the Buccaneers actually too.
I will say, like, those teams that I always like underestimate or like just never respected. Like, Bengals were close, but at the same time, they've had their good years. In a time I've been watching football, at least.
Mhm. The Browns are on here a lot too.
Yeah, sure. Browns, like, and I think my second pick, going back to that, would probably be the Jets. Like, God, you have to be bad to go this long without a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would also add the Lions, I think, too. But I like the
Yeah.
Lions.
So, honorable mentions for my top #1 picks.
Yeah.
I definitely Michael Vick, OJ, and even Myles Garrett. I'm putting.
Yes and no. He, in my opinion, should not be in the NFL. I have a very
Neither should.
I have a very unpopular opinion with Myles Garrett, and that is that he should not be in the NFL.
Why is that?
He attempted murder on a football field and was allowed to keep playing, basically. He intentionally swung an NFL football helmet that's now going to be covered this year because it's hard, right? He intentionally swung an NFL football helmet at someone's head. A man that size, that large, that strong, swinging with the leverage of a helmet towards someone's head, whether if he said something horrible or not, he had an intent to kill on a football field and is allowed to play in the game now. Is he a phenomenal player? Yeah, he's really good. I'll give it to him. But I never thought he should have came back, dude. He should have gone to jail, in my opinion. If he completed what he was trying to do in his head, which was connect with a helmet to someone's head, he would have killed him on the football field. He literally would have bashed. You ever see Walking Dead?
Yeah.
That's what would have happened.
So, have you ever heard the story of how the Giants and the Eagles became rivals?
No.
This is another #1 overall draft pick, Chuck Bednarik. So, back in I want to say it was 50s. Where was the 30s? Like early on when the Giants and Eagles were playing, like this, so like Giants was still a pretty brand new team. Frank Gifford was a wide receiver / running back / quarterback for the Giants. Chuck Bednarik hit him so hard that Frank Gifford was unconscious in the hospital for like a week before he woke up. And the Giants always thought it was like the dirtiest hit they've ever seen. And that's why, like, every single they said, like, that's what gave birth to the Giants and Eagles rivalry. Not that we were playing in the same division, it was like that hit.
Yeah.
But again, he was banned from the NFL. And back then, people died in football. Like, actually died.
Yeah.
Like, in the middle of a game. I see what you're saying, and I don't disagree.
Yeah,
But
it was attempted murder on public TV, and
if Michael Vick and
got
OJ Simpson,
slapped, his hand slapped.
if Michael Vick and OJ Simpson are my list, then clearly I'm not taking morality into into question here.
Glove didn't fit.
You know what? And I feel somewhat terrible for saying it, but it's also kind of funny. Do you think he would have confessed on his deathbed? Because I've seen videos where people,
No.
OJ, tell me, did you do it? He's like,
No, you don't. You take it to the grave. Otherwise, I think his family would get penalized or something, right? I don't know. I don't know the laws of that.
I have no clue. I have no clue. It's like, OJ, I gotta know. Like, imagine he told someone, like that person would probably get paid millions of dollars to admit, to say what he told them.
Yeah.
All hypothetical, of course. All right, so your list took about like an hour to make.
It did.
But
I did it.
But I think it was a reasonable list.
Did it.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on the 18-game proposal? 18-game proposal with 2 bye weeks. What's your thoughts on that?
Stupid.
You think it's stupid?
Yes.
Why?
Tyler, we couldn't even make it through half the NFL season of 17 weeks without watching so many freaking backup QBs.
I get what you're saying.
The NFL had its good moments this year, but if I were to compare it to other seasons, it had to be one of the worst seasons of the past few years.
Yeah, as far as injuries and you want to have the best of the best playing in the playoffs. Even that's what I'm saying. That extra week, I think they should try it. So personally, I think they should try it. That extra week of rest mixed somewhere in your regular season schedule might prevent more injuries for these guys.
Like the Joe Flacco coming off the couch to bring the Browns to the playoffs was nice. But at the end, you're like, that guy was supposed to be freaking retired. Like, what if they bring back Brady?
Yeah.
In the middle of the season to save them.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying on that. But
look,
go ahead.
You know how much I love the Chiefs. The Chiefs had no business making it to the Super Bowl and winning it. That was the 49ers Super Bowl since week 1. And if the quality teams wasn't so bad the final stretch of the year, the Chiefs would definitely have missed the playoffs. They're in their division alone. If their division wasn't such shit, they would not have made the playoffs the way they were playing. And I think even if they got even a lower seeding, they would have been out.
Yeah.
They could have easily lost to the Ravens. I mean, they obviously played better in the playoffs, but even to get to that point, that stretch in the middle of the season where they were just absolute choke artists, they could not do anything on offense. I don't think they actually deserve to make it to the Super Bowl and win. I think they got dead ass lucky.
Yeah.
And I was rooting for them. I like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And they obviously turned it around in the playoffs, but prior to that, they were like duds.
I get what you're saying. I am the opposite, though. I think it's a good idea. I think they should at least try it. They should have a 3-year trial of this to see if that second bye week might help with that. But you are 100% right with the amount of injuries we had going into the NFL playoffs, where you want to see the best of the best competing against each other, but most of the guys are sitting on the bench with an injury that has happened during this regular season. However, I think, as a fan, it works out very well. One, football season already is super short. However, it is a contact sport, obviously. It's more wear and tear on versus a baseball game, by far.
I feel like it's hard to do a trial too, because then it's well, now you kind of are half committed, and that's what I think the 17-game week was supposed to be, or a 17-week schedule, the 17 game, schedule was supposed to be a test, like a trial run, and they're like, well, we really can't back out of it now,
I think the 17-week schedule, personally, I think it was meant to get us to the 18-game schedule. More games, more viewership, more money. Done and done. We all know that, right? More games, more viewership, more money. So, also, the other win there is with this is that if they do it that way, that's 2 extra weeks added of, previewing of games and whatnot. But also what's really nice is the Super Bowl Sunday falls on the day before President's Day, so people can sleep in the next day, which is, again, the health of the players would be more important than the sleep of the fans, I guess. Whatever, like we've been dealing with it, like if we want to compare it, but that would be nice.
Even though it's people hate it, it's just one of those traditions. Like, okay, I gotta wake up after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. People are used to it by now. Obviously, no one really complains. Everyone knows, like, the next day in the office, like, okay, everyone's hungover. Everyone was partying at a Super Bowl party last night. We all were. We get it. Like, the boss knows not to, get in on you that day because he's probably just as bad in the dumps as you are. But that would be really nice, in my opinion. I think that'd be a great setup because I want more football. Like, I really want to. I want more football. Again, I don't want, but I don't like the way the season ended, like you said. I don't like the way the season ended with all these injuries going into.
Yeah. Because, look at who got injured this year, too. Joe Burrow out after week 9. Like, Cleveland Browns had, 5 different starting QBs, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of teams literally gave up trying. So, now, if you add another game, well, now these teams are just going to rest their starters, or they're just going to tank the rest of the year. And it's like, well, these teams are just shitty to watch now.
Yeah.
Like, I watch the Giants. I've seen enough shit. Every once in a while, I want to turn another game on where it's actually competitive.
Yeah, even like San Francisco falling apart last year, at the end there with injuries and banged up and whatever.
Oh, yeah. They got Super Bowl last year.
But I'm for it. If they had the 2 buttons in front of me of don't do it or do it, I would push the do it button personally.
I stabbed myself with a push pin.
Stupid. But you would press no. You would say
I'd
no
press
to
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing too to think about is like the additional stats these players are going to get and break, some of these old records that have been around for a while.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. That's the part I don't like about it, where I'm like,
yeah, every stat's gonna have an asterisk. Like, in a 17-week schedule or in an 18-week schedule, it's not gonna be about percentages and just straight up yard.
Yeah.
Like, you can still make the argument, like, oh, well, it used to be a 12-game season, or then, eventually a 14-game season. Like,
right.
Well, from 1979 to, just a year ago, it was 16 weeks. So you had a lot of play that you can draw a sample from. Like, okay, these guys are the greatest athletes, of that other time.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, well, I'm sure Baker Mayfield can throw for 5,000 yards if he's given a couple extra games, or no, a couple extra games.
Yeah.
He's the best quarterback in the league? No.
We're not, baby.
I mean, hell, Daniel Jones might actually throw more than 10 touchdowns if you give him this 18-week season.
I'm still mad about that.
Oh my God.
It's such a crime.
Bring me back to draft again, which I don't want to repeat. It's like the Giants can't score a first half touchdown for more than a half the season. So that means we draft a wide receiver. Don't get.
Stupid.
Don't get.
Stupid.
Yeah. I am excited for the international games, though. I am excited for the international games because, honestly, on our end, when we watch,
I feel like you're kind of contradicting yourself again, though. Because, again, that's going to, I'm not for the international games. I think there's a fan base out there, but I think you're straining out the players too much by doing that. I think there's totally a thing called jet lag. I think there's totally a thing called a red eye flight, or I think changing the climate, changing the elevation between here and there, and if you just played a team that just flew in from London versus a team that's right down the road, you're going to see two different levels of energy, I feel like.
Well, you get that in normal, like when you get East Coast, West Coast games.
Yeah, but I think that's to an extreme. Like no one wants to, Chargers don't want to fly over to Miami, or to, let's say, New England. Chargers don't want to make that flight, but they do sometimes.
Well, let me tell you this, because I will say I still like the international games, but does every international game have to be Japan? No. I would say, keep it reasonable, keep it on the continent,
Yeah, they might have a game in South America too, I think, this year, right? Something like that.
Yeah, Brazil, which might be a little much. But the Canadian games, Mexico games, those are viable options. That's not
that's fine. That's right here, but it's like these guys are taking a 20-something hour flight and then they got to perform at the top performance.
Yeah, no, I mean the Germany one was, I think, the extent. I know in the past they've done preseason games international. I think one year they did it in Japan.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if a football game in Japan.
It's just a lot, man. Think of it this way: a full-time job is 40 hours a week. You're flying out halfway across the world. You're almost flying more than a full-time job, just in the travel part. That's not including the bus rides to get to where you need to go and back and forth and all that. So just travel alone is, a full-time job for them, and they're just trying to add more onto that. Nah, too much. Versus keep it in the States, keep it, Canada, Mexico. Okay, fine with that. 2 to 5 hour flights typically. I know for me in Florida to fly to California, that's like a 5 to 7 hour flight, depending on the jet stream, of course.
Yeah.
But to fly all the way out to London, these other places, that's a lot. And let's say something happens. Let's say some sort of, what if what are you going to do? Oh, Patrick Mahomes gets stopped at security. Some sort of weird custom or regulation gets him. What are you going to do?
What? He's not human?
Yeah, imagine. Sir, your ID says Patrick Mahomes. You're clearly Kermit the Frog. They're going to stop him. What are they going to do?
Sir, is it Tom Brady? Sir, is that a ball deflator?
Yeah. No.
A ball pump?
No, it's a bong.
No, that's Wes Welker. He has the bong.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of elements to it, and the travel alone is like a full-time job. I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind I think it's already too much. I think it's already too much with the few games. Didn't Jacksonville have 2 games out in London this year?
Yeah, that sucked.
And to expect that team to perform just as well as the other team, I feel like that's no.
They also picked the worst teams playing in the international game.
Yeah.
They actually picked the worst teams. Hey. Giants are on
the Toy Story game. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Atlanta Falcons. Can't wait to watch that.
That was so stupid.
Yeah.
God.
I watched it and I was like, wow, their technology is still not there for that. I was like, oh, he dropped the ball, but in real life he caught it.
Giants, though, undefeated in international play. Just saying.
Whip the freaking do.
You got to find happiness in something about the Giants.
Right now, the only happiness I have about the Giants is Brian DeBole. That is the only player I like on that team. Okay, I'll take Neighbors. I'll take Neighbors because I have hope that it's something that will change everything there.
Hey, people are starting to turn on him on
DeBole.
Yeah.
Well, of course they didn't have a good year last year.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, to me, I'm like, okay, you've stuck with a quarterback for how long? I just really hope they don't get rid of him because I think he's a really good coach.
I think so too.
I think he's a
I
really good
do.
coach. I like the play calls. It's just he doesn't have the weapons he needs to make this stuff happen.
I think we should.
I think he's pushing to get Josh Allen. He knows how to operate with Josh Allen very well.
Yeah.
Because all he's been doing is he's been trying to make Daniel Jones Josh Allen. That's all he's been doing.
Trying.
Works great.
Trying. Yeah. I was surprised he stuck with him because obviously, if his job's probably gonna be on the line, then why would you stick your neck on a guy that you inherited? You really didn't want in the first place.
Yeah, I think Daniel Jones is on very thin ice. I think he's going to make some bad plays. They're going to throw in Drew Lock, and I think Drew Lock will finish the season for the New York Giants.
We shall see.
Or what I want the most to happen is we make a drastic move here before the regular season starts of like a big move for a good quarterback. Like, what if there was a movement in the water for us to get Kirk Cousins somehow, even though that already happened? Like somehow we pick up that contract.
Well, the Falcons made one stupid decision already.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, there was rumors we were trying to get Josh Allen.
Yeah, I still might be, but like I said, like I still think it's a little too late for that. But what the hell do I know? I thought they were going to draft a quarterback at a 6.
I've seen weirder things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know though. But all right, we have streamed for an hour and a half. Congratulations!
All right,
that's pretty good. That's a good one. What's up, brother? Cool. All right, I think we'll wrap it up. You got anything else you want to add?
I do not. Do not.
I'm gonna turn this off.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play Call of Duty with or without you.
Okay. With or without you. Yeah, I think I'll pass tonight, but tomorrow, well, I'll play with you at some point. Let me eat.
Eat first. I'm not hopping on right away. I'm gonna go eat something too, and then I'm gonna hop on probably around 10-ish.
Right
what happened?
Okay. Yeah. Ask me later.
I'll ask you later. I'll ask you in a few. I'm not gonna ask you while you're doing something already. I know you.
Okay.
I know you. Don't worry.
All right.
All right. Good stuff. I'll talk to you later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.